All right. Whoops, I always do that. Okay. Let's put that like right there. There we go. All right. We are going to start right now. Welcome. You're listening to Sports Econ 101, the show where we discuss sports topics from a business perspective.
At long last.
That's right. I'm your host, Edward Brown, and that voice, that famous voice, is Vern Glenn of CBS affiliate KPIX-TV in San Francisco. Bruce McGowan hopefully will join us in the next segment. And at each commercial break, we're going to ask a sports trivia question. And this theme today is going to be NFL awards because we are in football season. Can you believe it's halfway done?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, 8 up, 8 down, and who's perfect? The San Francisco 49ers. Who out there had that written down at the beginning of the season?
Did they actually go undefeated for quite a while with Montana in one of the years?
They started off 10-0
yeah.
in 1990, which was my first year here in the Bay Area where we're emanating this show from. And that was the year that it was like Super Bowl or bust, just a super powerful team. And then the NFC Championship game, it was the handoff to Roger Craig, fumbled, and then that was it.
Yeah, I still remember that.
And the New York Football Giants went on to the Super Bowl, defeated the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's right.
Crazy.
Oh, that's right. That was the year, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best chance.
Because the 49ers were going for the three-peat.
Yeah.
Because they won in 88, 89, and this was it. And here's my first year little cub reporter in the Bay Area that's thinking, oh, man, this is great.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, these are the big leagues. Boy, the 49ers are rolling. The Raiders are still in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The Oakland A's were
they were
in the World Series.
Yeah.
Got swept by the Reds.
Yep.
I mean, the Giants, they were contenders.
Mm-hmm.
There were no San Jose Sharks yet.
Nope.
But it was like, man, this is the market to work in. This is great.
Yeah, it's like you hit the triple.
Yeah.
Trifecta, I guess is the better word.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So this segment of Sports Econ 101 is sponsored by Pacific Private Money, still providing mortgage investments that are currently yielding over 7.5%, even though interest rates have gone down.
Not quite 8?
No, not quite. Well, actually, last month it did hit over 8%.
Okay, all right.
Check them out. PacificPrivateMoney.com. Stay with us. Sports Econ 101. I'll be right back. If I remember correctly, didn't the Miami Dolphins twice pull an upset to get teams to not be, to go undefeated? They did it against
to knock them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, they did it against Chicago Bears, I think, in '85.
Yeah, the Chicago Bears, they were, I believe, 18-1 that season.
Yeah, and that was
I believe the 49ers also had an 18-1
and I think
season, and that loss
I think it was Miami.
was to the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
where the 1972 Dolphins, they could toast the champagne. Hey, all right, great. Hey, we're the only ones.
That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder how many guys are left from that team, because some guys like Bonacani is...
Yeah, some guys are, no longer with us. Yeah.
Did Mercury Morris pass on?
Gosh, I think he did.
He did, yeah.
I think he did.
So this is going to be November 9th. Kids doing well?
Yeah.
How's Nikki doing with her job?
Big Nikki. Yeah, she. We're still. You're talking about the Second Swim company, right?
No. She was working for some lady.
Oh, that sadly that came to an end. Yeah, but she was. Yeah, but it was good while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if we can get Uncle Brucey in. Uncle Brucey, wait a minute. Isn't that a famous guy on No, it's Cousin Brucey.
Cousin, yeah.
Yeah, on Sirius XM or something like that.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Bruce McGowan, 415-4979.
Well, now, there he is.
For me, after the beep, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thanks
After
so
the
much for your
beat.
call.
How often do you hear that?
Not too often, yeah. So, hey, Bruce, it's Edward and Vern again.
Hey,
All right, we're
Brucey.
going to do another segment, the 9-minute one, and then we'll check in with you and see if you can do the next one. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. All right. Well, it's just going to be us guys.
All right.
All right, that's fine. Ready? And away we go. Well, welcome back to Sports Econ 101. Edward Brown here along with Vern Glenn. Bruce, we're still trying to get a hold of him. Yeah, maybe he'll join us in the next segment. All right, first, since baseball season is over, let's just kind of recap a little bit. Holy smokes, Washington.
The Washington Nationals. I am so happy for them.
Yeah, me too.
A franchise that started off, 18-39 at one point,
Yeah.
and then they rally back, make the playoffs. Boy, they just slayed the Dodgers. They just went all the way to the World Series, and then heavy underdog to the Houston Astros, and incredibly enough, first time ever that the road team won every single game in this series.
And I remember the 1987 World Series, Twins and Cardinals, and the home team won every single game.
Right.
I remember that.
I happened to be in Houston for Game 5. I was there doing a Raiders-Texans game, and I mean, folks down there, they were, they're really, they love their Rockets, and we're just really behind the Astros, and they figure, oh, this will do it. Hey, we got them at home. It's, we never lose, which is kind of true.
Yeah.
And Nationals figured out a way to win that game and silence everybody. It was just what an incredible series. Just happy for them. Happy for a couple of players on the Nationals. One of which, Sean Doolittle, who was an Oakland A for many years, and he also went to UVA. Hey, wahoo wah! And he gets his World Series ring. So it's just great for him. Great for the franchise that started off as the Montreal Expos. And then they moved to the nation's capital and started in 2005 when they became the Nationals. Ryan Zimmerman, also UVA, wahoo wah. Ryan, he was the first ever draft pick, and just to see what has happened to that was just
last time they
really
won
something special
with Walter Johnson.
Yeah,
the big train.
What was it? 1924. I don't think you were out back then. Around for that one.
I wasn't even a twinkle in my dad's eye.
But I'll tell you, who was a part of that, a fellow named Joe Cronin.
Yeah, sure.
He was a shortstop, and locally he went to Sacred Heart Cathedral Prep in San Francisco, and in those days they did not have a baseball team. Not every high school had a baseball team, but they played baseball whenever they wanted because that was America's pastime. It's what you did in your downtime. And he ended up playing semi-pro pickup. It's just these barnstorming. Up and down the Pacific Coast. Scout noticed him, signed him, and then boom.
Because he is a Hall of Famer.
He is. He is. And then he managed the Washington Senators in 1932 or 3, whatever that World Series.
Yeah, Roosevelt's throwing out the first ball.
Exactly. I think that might be Cronin that's hoisting the president up as he's throwing out the first pitch because unfortunately the polio in the knees it had gotten the best of Roosevelt, but good for them. Great for them. Just as a political statement, Sean Doolittle opted not to go to the White House. He said, "quote I just can't do it." But what he gave a full-on detailed explanation. If you really read it through, you see his point. So anyway,
I kind of wonder about that. Where I think people who, let's say, disagreed with Obama would have been afraid to say no, just because it was either racist or whatever. But with Trump or someone else, they just kind of like, yeah, no, that's the thing to do. But I still kind of think, you can respect the office and not get involved. I mean, because, hey, if I have a chance to see the White House, I don't care who's president.
Right.
I want to see the darn thing.
Right. Yeah, it's a touchy thing because on the one hand, you're visiting the White House.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, yeah, well, we have to have a leader of our country who was elected.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kind of running the show. And as polarizing as he is, it is Donald Trump. So do you honor the presidency or do you honor the man?
Yeah.
It's just too tough. I will tell you a story though. When the San Francisco Giants won their first World Series in 2010,
yeah.
They went to the White House, and now granted, these bunch of kids kind of touring the White House. They're just kind of like looking around, and they're going through the White House tour, and they're hearing like maybe every 10th word of the person giving them the tours. They go from room to room. I mean, these guys, it's
20-something years old.
First couple of rooms, it's like, yeah, okay, cool, dope, right, yeah, all right, yeah, the White House. But then as the tour, droned on, they just were just more disinterested. And then they saw the Secret Service guys, and they saw the Glocks on their head, and then they got excited.
Wait, is that what they told you?
That's what I later found out. They saw the Glocks, they wanted all about it. The weaponry, they wanted to know where the snipers were. Hidden for in case anybody attacked the White House. They were all about that. Then they were interested.
Then they were interested. Well, I wonder how much the Secret Service would have given that information. Because you never know if there's a sniper in the house.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, again, I mean,
they probably didn't say much.
Yeah, they didn't say much. I mean, come on. It's it was a lighthearted tour. Now I went when the Giants won the 2012 World Series.
Because there's a picture of you in front of the White House.
And the James Brady, yeah, and that was a trip. That was really a trip.
A good picture of you too.
Yeah. And they did, they did it on the North Lawn behind the White House. Row of chairs there, and there were a lot of people in the Obama administration who were Giants fans.
Oh, okay.
And so they were there. There was a lot of orange and black. It was just great.
That's great.
Yeah.
That was a good series too. How they came back. It's funny. My wife had graduated from Mills College, which is in Oakland, and Nancy Pelosi. This is back in 2010. She had given a commencement speech or something, and we were sitting in the audience and looking, and there were probably no less than 10. I'll call them Secret Service agents on buildings and everything all around, just for a commencement speech.
Right. Well, she's Speaker of the House, right? I mean, come on. Yeah.
And then, they have two limousines and then her car and then another two limousines behind it and then people walking all around. I mean, it's
our tax dollars at work. I mean, Pelosi, she's not somebody you just can't roll up on her and give her a bro hug.
Yeah, no, I definitely was not going to do that.
Yeah.
Guy would take me down, man. What are you doing? That's the Speaker of the House. You can't just come up to her and give her a bro hug.
Oh, man. But hey, but back to the Nationals. Hey, congratulations to them. And now it's, as you said, it's the off season now. And what do they do moving forward? Free agency coming around.
Get Bryce Harper back.
Exactly.
Well, can you imagine? I mean, what is he thinking?
I would love to sit back with Bryce Harper with a fifth of his favorite adult beverage, and then after maybe the fifth shot, find out how he really felt.
Well, yeah, because he was going to make a lot of money no matter what he was going to do. Did he not like the Nationals organization? Was it really just, hey, this is whatever, we're going to just go for the highest paycheck, no matter if it's $200 million or $180 million? But you got to think at some point the guy's going to go, "Dong!" He's going to pull a home run. Dong! Now, would they have won with him? Who knows?
Well, I mean, this kind of is kind of related to Sports Econ 101 with respect to the money.
Yeah.
I guess there's two rules of thought. I mean, you can't play this game forever. So one thought is go out and get what you can when you can get it, or if you're in a just name the superstar. Do you give like the hometown discount because you like the community? Maybe your wife. We're all dictated by our wives. Maybe the wife likes it.
Well, that's a good point. But also sometimes the players will give up a little bit to get another good player.
Exactly.
So they can win. I mean, that happens in the NBA. Hey, cut to the first commercial trivia question break. We were talking NFL awards. The Golden Toe Award was first presented in 1971 to the most outstanding kicker in the league. Who was the first recipient? So 1971.
I got a pretty good guess.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was. I was debating between two of them, and
I got a pretty good guess on that one.
Okay, all right, stay with us. You're listening to Sports Econ 101. We're going to be right back. Okay, let's try Bruce one more time after we see.
Did you talk to Bruce recently? Did he just say, "Hey, just give me a call"?
Like a couple of weeks ago, but I just don't know.
Right.
Because I texted both of you guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember the thread, and then I responded just going, "Hey, chef's choice on whichever day."
Yeah, Mondays it's like they come in and it's like things are just ridiculous. All right, Mr. Brucey, we're going to try one more time here. If he doesn't make it, then we'll just say adios.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of Bruce McGowan, 415-497.
All right, well.
We soldier on
today. That's okay. We'll just do that. All right. And back to that. Okay. Ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. Edward Brown here along with Vern Glenn. Unfortunately, Bruce is
MIA.
Yeah. He's AWOL, that son of a gun.
It's all right.
Okay. That's okay. Okay.
I know what happened. Bruce he's caught up in the throes of the Golden State Warriors winning their first basketball game at Chase Center. So overcome with emotion over a win over a playoff contender, the Portland Trailblazers. It was just too much for him.
That's right. I was, before we get into back to the question here. Chase obviously, the venue is very expensive. I don't know, was it $2 billion? I mean, they spent a lot of money on building that. Have the Warriors sold out all the tickets like they used to?
I am not sure they sold completely out of the Google Cloud Lounge venue. That's
a $2 million per
that's
year.
The one for the one percenter. So I am not sure about that. I do know that there was at least a 70% renewal of the season ticket holders from Oracle Arena to Chase Center. So that was a nice little crossover there.
Yeah, but without Clay and now Steph is out and KD's gone.
Yeah, but I don't know I don't know what the fine print says, but I think once you commit and you've paid your money,
then
they
don't give that money back.
That's it. I mean, Bozo the Clown could suit up, and that's the way it is. But I will say this though. I mean, in that win over Portland, I mean the rookies balled out. This Eric Pascal guy just fell out of Villanova, 6'6", destined to be the future power forward of the team.
Okay. He
goes out and scores 34 points, hit 4 3-pointers, grabbed 13 rebounds, 10 of them defensive, in a 124-118 win. And despite a 39-point outing by Damian Lillard in his first game at Chase Center, Lillard is the Oakland native, so he's used to playing at Oracle. So his first game at Chase, he balled out, but unfortunately, as he said, we just got outplayed. by a bunch of hungry guys who had one heck of a night. It was quite the game. So now before you get too excited, Warriors are 2-5. Okay, they're 1-4 at home.
Yeah.
As we do this show.
Yeah.
So as far as them seeping up the power rankings, the powers of the Philadelphia 76ers, the LA Lakers, the LA Clippers, the Milwaukee Bucks. No, it's just not gonna happen. But for one night.
For one night, yeah.
That was a fun thing to see.
I'm gonna have to go on Craigslist and see how much tickets are going for now, because
yeah, we should look that up.
Yeah, because I remember when they were hot, last year. The cheapest decent tickets were $750 a piece.
Mm-hmm.
For good seats, and it's like, obviously we're not talking playoff at all, but still, I'm very, very curious on that because people are gonna be excited to go to Chase because it's brand new, but if your team is not as exciting to watch and you're kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the '80s watching the Warriors, where it was like, okay, how are they gonna lose this game? It was really kind of sad. But let's get to our first trivia question. The Golden Toe Award was presented in 1971 at the first time to the most outstanding kicker in the league. Who was that first recipient?
My guess is Tom Dempsey from the New Orleans Saints. That was my first guess.
Oh, because 1970 is when he kicked the 63.
Yeah. He's the guy that born with the birth defect on the right foot and had to have a special shoe made.
In fact, I remember there was some coach who said that should be illegal, because it's modified the equipment. Which actually I've got a whole story on that. No, Gary Yepremian.
Miami
Dolphins. I was wondering if it was between him and Jan Stenerud.
And I hate to say it, but for everything he did, he'll always be known for that botched.
It's the Washington
field goal, and then he grabbed the ball, tried to throw it out of his hands, and then Mike Bass of the Washington Redskins pulled it out of the air and ran the other way for a touchdown. But the Dolphins completed their undefeated season, winning the game 14-7. It was I will never forget that.
Oh no, that's definitely
I was 10 years old.
That's always on the highlight film.
Yeah,
I was a big Dolphin fan too. Jim Kick and Larry Zonka, the guy was a beast.
Sure.
The no-name defense.
Yep, Jim Kick, Mercury Morris,
Bob Greasy,
Bob Greasy,
Warfield, Howard Twilley.
Bob Greasy backed up by Earl Morrow, who ended up quarterbacking that team.
That's right, the Cinderella Man.
That's right.
Because he also backed up Johnny Unitas for Baltimore, which is your hometown.
Right. And Larry Little, that great no-name defense, and Little in the offensive line.
Do you remember this man's name? Manny Fernandez.
Manny Fernandez.
In fact, there was an article, I think it's Sports Illustrated, shows him. It was on the front cover, and I think he's arm wrestling with someone from Dallas. Who was born with it? Ed White? No, not Ed White. Ed, not Too Tall Jones. I can't remember now. I'll think about it. But anyway.
Oh, you talking about the Cowboys linebacker?
Yeah. No linebacker. I think he's the front line. Very, very strong. But basically, they were talking about how strong these guys were, and Manny Fernandez could bench press 575 pounds. Now,
I believe it.
Steroids going on back there. But 575. I don't know how many guys can do. I remember, Arnold Schwarzenegger at one point could bench 600 pounds.
Not surprising.
Yeah, he was not only a lot of these guys, they look strong, but he was really strong.
By the way,
yes,
as we go all over the place in our discussion, I just happened to see Arnold in the latest Terminator.
I heard it's pretty good.
It's great.
Yeah, it actually got really good reviews.
It's the sixth movie in the Terminator franchise, and the sixth one.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's back. Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor is back, and then there's two new badass characters that are revealed in this one, and this new Terminator. Oof.
Okay, I want to say I definitely see it. I remember this. Obviously, I remember the first one, and then I remember the second one where there was that guy. He plays like a cop and all, and he kind of transforms into.
I believe
silver.
Butch, not Butch Patrick. Butch.
That's a
Butch. Yeah.
Patrick,
I think is his last name because he's been in several other things. He's a tremendous character actor. But he was the new TI.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger's model was the T-800.
Oh, you remember?
And then I'm just a geek about Terminator stuff. So he was the T800, and then they kept coming up with new models, and but this new model. Well, wait till you see it.
When you see him, I gotta see it.
Oh,
Well, you know,
man.
it's so funny. I stole Arnold's line when I did a play. It was a religious play, and I actually played Satan, and Jesus basically, cast me out, and
Right.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. But before the screening that I went to, they did some Terminator trivia questions, and I won one of the questions.
There you go.
She said in 1984,
Yep.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, the T-800, he only had like 17 lines in the movie. That was it. And she said, so who can recite, 5 lines? And my hand shot straight up.
Yeah.
And the first thing he ever said was, your clothes, give them to me now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Got the guy's clothes.
Yeah.
And then he started going through the phone book, looking under all the Sarah Connors, because he was just going to pick them off one by one.
Yeah.
Then he knocked on the door. Sarah Connor. Yes, bam.
If you're going to shoot me, no, my name's not Sarah Connor.
then he went to then he found out the real Sarah Connor was under protective custody at the police station, and he shows up and he says, Sarah Connor? Is Sarah Connor here?
Yeah.
I must see her.
Yeah.
And the guy, buddy, and then they're like, no, buddy, she's in the back, Prosy. And he looks, and that's when he says, I'll be back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then drives the truck right in the police station.
The other one, right, just get out.
Get out.
Yeah, right, because he's the guy in the truck.
Guy in the truck, get out. Yep.
Especially when he's got like one eye kind of hanging.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a great movie. Second one was pretty good too. Okay, so before we cut to our break, wanted to talk a little bit up here. This is in Sports Illustrated November 4th issue. It says a brief and incomplete history of equipment controversies. So you mentioned about Tom Dempsey, and we said he had a special shoe made that was kind of making his foot flat. He had a birth defect, and he was one of the few straight-on kickers. At that, I mean, people started doing.
You don't see him anymore.
No. And then it says here, shortly after Kenya's Eliud Kipchoge, okay, that's how to pronounce it, recorded an unprecedented run, 26 miles, the marathon, in less than 2 hours.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't a sanctioned marathon race, so they can't put it in the books, something like that.
Well, they're talking about a certain version of Nike's Vaporfly shoe, which has a thick foam base. Basically, it's like running on trampolines, and it's like some have argued that the shoes should be banned, and it's like, why? Just because they're comfortable and they give you some spring? I mean, come on. There's that one, and then I got a few others here. And then there's another thing called clap skates, designed with blades that attach to the boot by a hinge at the ball of the foot. These skates caught on late in the 1990s. Records promptly were tumbled, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Though the band from short track, they're now allowed on the oval. But it's like, I mean, okay, so it's like, we're not talking about cork bats here.
Right.
You're talking about, a 35-ounce bat versus a 30-ounce bat.
Yeah. It's
like, who cares? And then they got these Speedo LZR racers a month after the full-body blended suit was unveiled in 2008. 13 records had fallen. And they're allowing these full-body suits.
Yeah, these tech suits. Yeah,
I don't get it.
Well, being a big-time swim parent.
Exactly.
Yeah, people just cried foul because
it's just a suit.
Yeah,
we're going to come back
but,
to that.
But it's the synthetic blend.
Yeah. Well, we'll get back to that. Okay.
All right.
We'll ask our trivia question next time. All right. Stay with the Sports Econ 101. I'll be right back. I ran out of time. If you're going to hang a little motor onto yourself, then okay.
But Edward, these suits, now you're just allowed to wear the what they call them jammers now, just the trunks, the tight fitting trunk, but the texture simulates seal skin.
But then let everyone wear them.
Yeah, if you can afford it, yeah. But these suits are like, they're like $400 a pop.
I know, but we're talking, and when you get to the professional type things, that these guys can afford.
Well, then you're sponsored, and so you just get as many as you want.
There was also, I don't think they outlawed it, but remember that some young lady, when it came to swimming, she basically just figured out how to do like a dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
And so she, rather than, like this, she was kind of going up and down like that. I mean, I don't think they outlawed that. And that's a whole different kind of swim.
Well, you can't if it's a particular event, then you can only do a certain type of stroke on that event. You can't do freestyle and then just start doing dolphin kicks. You can't. That's not part of the stroke.
Yeah. I mean, now that I can kind of see, because it's like, in a butterfly, you can't just do freestyle because you'd be a lot faster.
Right.
I mean, I get that.
Right.
Is dolphin sort of a freestyle type? That's
Yeah,
the word freestyle.
No,
Which means you do anything you want.
But you can do a dolphin kick on the butterfly stroke. That's a dolphin kick. On a butterfly.
Well, as long as you still are doing this.
Yeah, you're still doing that,
Yeah.
but your feet are together.
Yeah.
You're doing the dolphin kick.
No, that makes sense. Okay. All right. Let's. Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. Edward Brown here, along with Vern Glenn. Oh, I'm so angry about this. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so actually, I'm going to ask the trivia question, and then we can go ahead and answer it too. We didn't have enough time last time because we were talking about seals.
Well, we go off on a tangent on this show. I mean, it often happens.
It does. We'll get back to the suits in just a minute here. Who was the first NFL head coach to win Coach of the Year award twice? The first one.
First NFL coach to win Coach of the Year twice.
Not somebody I would have thought.
Really?
Yeah.
So the obvious Vince Lombardi,
exactly.
Yeah,
not him. And he won it with the same team, so it's not like he changed teams. He won 4 years apart. And I think,
apart.
And okay, 1 year. I mean, they must have been, obviously 1 year. I know they were good because they finally made it to the Super Bowl.
This is post merger then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then that's okay. All right.
Narrows it down to the last 50-something years.
Okay. Yeah.
So go to every coach from every team you've ever heard of.
Coach of the Year.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the
team.
team. The Eagles. So this coach won it twice when he was head coach of I assume head coach of the Eagles. And
not Dick Vermeil. Dick Vermeil?
No. So in 2000, that's right. Wait, for some reason I was thinking 1980 because I was thinking about, he was in 1980, wasn't he?
Yeah.
When they went to
they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's for some reason.
Lost to the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders, yeah. No, 2000 and 2004. Who was the coach? A.R. 3, 2, 1. Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
I'm trying to remember what did they must have. I know they lost to the Patriots. Was that 2004? Had to have been because the Patriots didn't win until 2001.
Yeah.
In 2000.
Yeah, because Terrell Owens was on that team.
Yeah.
Terrell Owens was on that team. I remember that now.
He won Coach of the Year twice. Okay, so going back to these.
Speaking of Andy Reid.
Yes. Go ahead.
Did you know?
Probably not.
I believe it was 1974. Andy Reid was on Monday Night Football in the punt, pass, and kick competition.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's on YouTube. You type in Andy Reid punt, pass, and kick.
Really?
That clip will come up. I'm not sure if he won it or not. He must have been 12, 14 at the time.
Yeah.
But there he just big old dude wearing I believe an LA Rams uniform.
Yeah.
And there he is, punt, pass, and kick.
Yeah, I used to like that when watching that when I was a
kid.
kid.
It wasn't Andy Reid. They wrote it out Andrew Reid.
Andrew Reid, yeah. I'm trying to remember how kids were able to compete in that. I mean, they had to get. You couldn't just say, "Hey, I want to do it." No, sure. You had to win something to get.
Yeah, there's regional competitions, and then you advance to more of a national competition, and I believe the finals. They used to be at the Super Bowl, but I'm not. It's in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the finals of it.
I remember Monday Night Football watching, and some of these kids are like, holy smokes!
Yeah.
How old's that kid?
Yeah. I'd be interested to know of the punt, pass, and kick champions if any of them played in the NFL.
How far did Andy Reid go?
I don't know.
I think he just won the beer belly.
I just remember. I just have this image, and I've seen the clip several times.
I'll have to do that again. But he must have been a pretty good bowler back then. All right. So now you were mentioning being a parent of swimmer.
Right.
Swimmers.
Yeah. Yep.
And so what's the deal with this Speedo LZR racer?
Well, they outlawed it because it's almost a full body. Essentially, for those that know swimming, it's like a full body jammer suit, and it was it was from the shoulders down to the ankles. I mean, it was like a full, but it simulates seal skin, and it is so tight. I mean, it's unbelievable. So if you're on, say, like the Olympic team, the national team, and I mean, it can make the difference in breaking a world record. You know, as opposed to just wearing what they call like a regular jammer, a regular trunks now.
Yeah.
It just they tried it. They tried it once, and so many records fell. They were like, wait, whoa.
You know, I mean, this is a problem with that. I mean, it's like, you know, at some point they went from, you know, an old swimming trunk thing to the Speedos.
Right.
Right. I mean, what's the difference?
Right. Now there's so many companies that are in the game. You know, Speedo, Under Armour, TYR.
Yeah, but if they make it illegal, then that's not going to help that company at all. So
they just scrap that model and they just outfit more. I mean, they just build a better mousetrap, so to speak.
Until that gets illegal. Okay, so here's the last one here. Remember the long putters or the
belly putters? Yes.
Yeah. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, why should that be illegal? I mean, you know, it'd be illegal if you took your putter and went into the green and drew a long channel to the cup. Okay, that I can see. But, you know, a belly putter, a regular putter, yeah. I mean, you got both hands on the putter. Who cares?
Enough people of influence cried foul, and then there went the belly putter. It was great for us old guys. You only have to bend over and actually you almost stand straight up and then just look at it and bam, and just like a pendulum. Just let it go.
Don't they have the other ones on the chin too? Don't they have that?
I don't know. That I don't know. But it was great while it lasted. Yeah. For us weekend hackers. Yeah, it was great. It was terrific.
You can still use it as a week. I mean, don't they still make them for the average?
Yeah, you still get them. I mean, you're not gonna go to XYZ public course and ask them, he's using a belly putter. Yeah, put this back in your bag. Yeah.
I love the way you do that. I'm sorry. Okay, that's on YouTube. For the audience who didn't see that, you gotta check out YouTube. Vern.
In my day, we used the wooden putter, and we liked it.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
Things change.
True.
Titanium and all this other stuff.
Right.
Again, why don't you go back to
graphite? Yeah. I wonder what like the Bobby Jones and the great ones. If you gave them today's gave them a golf bag with today's clubs in it, what damage they would do. I would love to bring them back and have them just go to the driving range.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Sure. Oh, I mean, obviously there's certain guys in every sport, like a Babe Ruth, Willie Mays, Byron Nelson, Jack Nicklaus, whatever, Ben Hogan,
right.
all those guys, they'll do well in any era. But depending, I mean, the physicality though, like someone like Tiger Woods,
mm-hmm.
I mean, he's in really good shape.
Yes.
And I'm assuming there's no, steroid type thing. It's just, people eating healthier. I mean, what was it? Babe Ruth used to eat a bunch of hot dogs before.
Sure.
Real silly things like that.
But Ruth had enough man strength to be able to just knock it right out of the park. It was a gift.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too. He had to deal with all the trains and stuff like that. There was no first class seating in an airplane type.
Took a train to go everywhere, and a lot of the teams would take the train together.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
This team, you had two teams, and then maybe let's say let's say it's they're going to St. Louis.
Mhm.
One team's playing the Browns, the other team's playing the Cardinals, and then they flip flop.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
barnstorming days.
that's right.
Hey, did you see the movie about Mo Bird?
No,
It was actually good. It was Paul Rudd, I think, played Mo Bird, and it was actually very enjoyable.
Paul Rudd, a.k.a. Ant-Man, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
He was also in Clueless, right? He was the
Yes.
stepson.
Yep.
Yeah, a good little actor, as we say.
Very good character actor.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to have her on the show.
Yeah.
She may be far too intelligent for the both of us. But
excuse me. I had 6 years of high school. Come on.
Okay, fine.
go ahead.
But there's an actress out there. Her name is Ellen Adair, and she's a character actress or actor, and she's been in various and sundry things like Billions and Homeland and stuff like that. But then she's in this latest slasher movie. In any event. She is a walking encyclopedia, Edward, of baseball.
Really?
It is unbelievable. Jaw-dropping knowledge of the game.
I would like to
Oh,
answer my famous question about the pitcher's mound being pushed back based on what pitcher. I want to see if she knows that.
Yeah, she'd have an answer. She's been on MLB Network a lot as a guest,
Okay.
and knows her stuff. She's a diehard, first and foremost, a Philadelphia Phillies fan,
Okay.
and just knows the roster up and down, knows baseball strategy. She is just into the game. One of her favorite teams is the Oakland Athletics.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, it's funny. They years ago, we're talking the 1970s. There was a young man who used to play poker with my dad, and apparently this guy knew all the 1930s Philadelphia A's lineup,
Right.
start to finish. I mean, there's all these kind of weird trivia things from the early days. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was John Havlicek who memorized the Houston phone book.
Wow.
It was something ridiculous, and that's a thick phone book. It was. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was him. And I think that was the trivia.
You know
That's
you know what type of athlete is ridiculously intelligent? NFL offensive linemen. Unbelievable intellect, these guys, and I'm sure they score high on the Wonderlic test. That's the NFL test that all the would-be draftees go through before the NFL Combine. But they're the best talkers on the team, best interviewers on the team, and they're just extremely intelligent.
Now, they take this Wonderlic test to test how intelligent they are? I mean, what's the test supposed to be? Or to see if you're crazy?
It analyzes how you think, how you problem solve. It analyzes your intellect to the point of just logistically figuring out how to get from like A to Z, give it almost like working through like a puzzle type thing. But it asks you stuff like, if you're going to be a tree, what kind of tree would it be? Why? It just breaks down just everything that you have up in here.
I guess it also kind of make sure that you're not completely Looney Tunes, because
I guess
that's going to be part of the team. You don't want to.
Now quarterbacks also score high on the Wonderlic test. I believe Steve Young had an extremely high Wonderlic test score.
Well, he became an attorney, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, he did. But offensive linemen, you look out for.
Wow.
I mean, just great.
Big and strong and smart. I like that.
Exactly.
Okay. You ready for this third trivia question about NFL awards? The Super Bowl MVP award began in 1967. In 40 presentations of the award, there was only one tie where two players shared the award for the big game. Which two players shared this award for the same game? All right, that's our trivia question.
I have an answer. May not be the right one, but I have an answer.
If you have an answer, we're going to test you, and then if you don't know it,
wait, you're going to drug test me?
Yeah, no, I'll give you the team.
Okay, all right.
All right, stay with us. Sports Econ 101. We'll be right back with some closing comments. Okay. Well, Bruce is okay. Hopefully he just
Yeah.
forgot or something. Well, it's good. We didn't have any, like, a whole bunch of stuff. But it always goes fast.
Yeah.
We're good stuff. I bet sometimes you wish that when you were doing the show on TV, you could do it like this.
When I was at Cron,
Yeah.
Dennis and I both did shows. It was called 49er Chalk Talk and Raider Chalk Talk.
Oh.
And this was, I mean, everybody does it now, but we were the first, at least in this market, to broadcast the Monday NFL coaches press conference live, and then after that we would take calls, and it was an hour-long show, and sometimes the calls would deviate into like other things.
Sure.
I remember one time we had a show where I had a haircut. Well, my barber came in, cut my hair as we sat around and just talked sports. It was great, great concept.
All right.
So
we didn't invent this? That's okay. We're just going to put this here. We got one little segment to do. I'm just going to.
But this is good listen, especially on a Saturday. You clean out your garage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, supposedly we're gaining more listeners, according to the stats.
Good. Love that.
Who knows?
Love that. Fan of that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just tell you that. Right. Okay. So there we go. Welcome back to Sports Econ 101. Last time for today. I'm Edward Brown, your host, along with Vern Glenn. Unfortunately, Bruce was not here today, but we'll catch him next time. All right. The last trivia question was, the Super Bowl MVP award began in 1967. In 40 presentations of the award, there was only one tie, where two players shared the award for the big game. Which two shared the award? The hint is first hint is they did play for the same team.
They played for the same
They
team,
played for the same team.
and it was a tie.
It was
Wow.
a
Wow.
Who did you think?
I had originally thought that it was.
And not Chuck Howley when he was the only losing team.
No, these
guys played for the winning team.
These guys played for the winning team, and it was a
It was in the 70s.
co-MVP.
Co-MVP, and they played for the Cowboys over the Broncos in 1970.
Okay, so that's Roger Staubach and
these guys were defense. Yeah, because remember they really shut our friend Craig Morton down. Unfortunately, you ready?
wow,
We're gonna have to cut out of here pretty soon. Harvey Martin and Randy White.
I would not have. I mean, I would have been here all day before I came. Randy White, I might have picked out.
In fact, I think it was Randy. Remember, I said I couldn't remember the cowboy who was really strong. I think it was
Randy White. Yeah,
it was him. Yeah. All right. So
Randy White from the University of Maryland.
Oh,
Yep.
Anything that has to do with the East Coast in that area, you're the expert.
I'm on it.
You're on it. Okay, so here's our thoughts for the day. Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion. You know who said that? Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty profound. And Tom Landry said, today you have 100% of your life left. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
The man with the funny hat.
that's funny. The Bear Bryant hat, sort of, right?
Well, Landry kind of had the fedora, and I guess Bear Bryant did. Yeah.
Same sort of thing. All right. Thank you, Vern, for joining us yet again. Tune in next week to Sports Econ 101. We're going to be discussing sports topics from a business perspective, asking more sports trivia questions. Thanks for listening. On behalf of our team, I'm your host, Edward Brown. We'll see you next week.
Good night, America.
So long. All right.
All right, good one.
Yeah, that was fun. Let me see what next week looks like.
Yeah, I'm around. It's next week's a regular week for me.
Okay.
Let's see. I know we have the Monday Night Football game.
Okay. Actually, I can only do it on the 11th, which is Monday.
Okay,
Can we do that? Okay.
that works.
Okay.
That works. And then let's see here. I think that weekend. Where am I going? I think that weekend I'm here. And then the following week, I go to New York for the Raiders-Jet game.
Just almost something, didn't they?
Raiders are playing their way into it a little bit. Raiders, they have a golden opportunity to make some noise.
I was a little nervous towards the last part of the fourth quarter.
Well, you know, that's how the Raiders play. Just make you nervous, bring it all, have it come all the way down to like the last play.
Yeah, gotta make it interesting for the television crowd.
Matthew Stafford, 406 yards, but he needed 407.
Yeah.
So he needed.
Yeah, unfortunately, our yeah, that's okay. It's what happens is they make all these spills because they're not careful.
Oh, the cleanup crew.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. In fact, I want to put it two just to make it extra special, safe. Because if they get kind of crazy on me here, I'm going to put a tape on this, and that'll make it feel better.
Yeah, here's the one I was telling you about. Ellen Adair. Oh, jeez, get back here. Actor Trick was released, but that's a slasher movie. She was in a show called The Sinner. Very good. Homeland, Billions, Slash, but she's man.
She knows how much. That's cool.
She is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I gotta look up the Andy Reid one. I remember having wallets like that. That's a thick one. That's why your ankles hurt.
That's a thick one. Doesn't have any money in it, but boy, it's so thick. Yeah, while we're here, look at it. Type in Andy Reid, punt, pass, and kick.
All right. Are you sure your ankles don't hurt because of that? Having too heavy a wallet.
Yeah,
Okay, hold on here. Andy Reid, punt, pass, and kick. There it is. All right, let's see what this bad boy looks like here. I guess, well, there's 8 seconds there, and there's, okay, here. Hold on. Is this one you're thinking?
Mm-hmm. There he is.
How old is he? I mean, look at this.
I want to say 12 or 14.
Get out of here. This guy's
big fella, yeah.
Here's something else we found. There's an old player, of course. Played at BYU as a lineman for Lavelle Edwards, but go back to 19. This is the punt, pass, and kick contest.
Look at Andy.
Look at yeah, it was a terrible throw, though.
Throw, but did you see there's a little bit of a size advantage?
That was hilarious.
He's always been that big.
We were talking about that. It's the first time I've seen it.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
That is pretty darn funny. Yeah, it's just one of those always very large people. Whoops.
Big fella. Just, I guess just people caught up with him.
Oh, boy. Okay, what do we got here? I gotta send this to this. Yeah, that was crazy. How long were you out of power? Until Tuesday, like the rest of us?
Unfortunately for Nicole, or maybe fortunate for me, however you want to look at it, that Saturday where everybody got shut down, and you were away.
I was away.
Yeah, I flew to Houston.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I had Raiders Texans at the time that they lost power, and so I came back on Monday afternoon, and so I dealt with it, Monday into Tuesday, and we got power back late Tuesday.
Yeah. But we had just gone Costco shopping. We had to throw out many hundreds of dollars worth of food.
Mm-hmm.
Very frustrating.
You had to throw it all out.
Yeah. I mean, if it's only out for a few hours, that's one thing, but it was out for days.
Yeah.
We didn't know it, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, too bad.
Yeah. It's just one of those.
And where did you guys spend your anniversary?
We were down in Ojai.
Oh.
At the Ojai National...
Hometown of the Bionic Woman.
Oh, is that right?
Jamie Summers. Look that up. Jamie Summers, Bionic Woman, Ojai, California. I don't know why they picked that for her character, but that's where she... the character.
In the character, yeah, I was going to say, because that was Lindsay
Wagner.
Lindsay Wagner.
Lindsay Wagner's not from Ojai, unless she really is.
Okay,
but the character Jamie Summers from Ojai,
that's
California.
Funny. But if you ever
usually it's like the screenplay writer or somebody, somebody, created the series. They're probably from Ojai, so there's like a little homage to.
Have you ever been to Ojai?
I have not.
You know what? I'll tell you, this Ojai Valley Resort, I'll show you some pictures. It was really, I could not believe how pretty
How
it
did
really
you How
was.
did you pluck that one out of the sky?
Eva did. Hi, sweetie. I just.
Hey, sweetheart! Hey! We were just talking about you.
Which sweetie am I talking to?
What does that voice sound like?
Who? What does my voice sound
No,
like?
no, no. Who does that sound
Oh,
like?
can you recognize this voice?
Is it Bruce?
It's Uncle Vern.
That's right.
Oh, Uncle Vern! Yay!
Hey, happy belated anniversary, by the way.
Oh, why, thank you. It's only been 100 years.
Yeah, I was telling him about Ojai, and
Well,
how beautiful.
I was just, okay, this is what's going on. You know this about your kids, right? When they go to a certain age, they really, become super independent. So, Kristen was going to Michigan in December 27th. Sarah is going to, her boyfriend's family wants her to come with them to Santa Barbara 27th, something like that, 31st of this year, right? And I was thinking we want to take our kids back to Ojai. How cool would that be if we just, went down there?